Hello, y'all. How's it going? It is Friday, and that means it's time for Mario Maker 2 viewer levels, the thing I do on Fridays every week, with exceptions to come in the next month or so when I travel. That'll be a whole thing, I've been talking about that for a while. This is like the second to last before I travel for a month, most of a month, and the time of the stream will be different and also be a lot more focused on, well, I say a lot more focused. There'll be a lot more talk about the place I'm going to be touring than usual, I guess, is what I'll say about those upcoming streams, but that's upcoming. Let's talk about tonight. Hey, how's it going? I see Lord Bowser. I see Oh He's a Killer. And I'm sure other folks will be in eventually. The night is young, and I'm sure in time that queue will get all the way backed up. Oh, let me say, first off, a couple bits that I want to touch on before we get going, as is often the case. Just a handful of quick topics I just want to get out of the way. First off, new policy regarding duplicate submissions. Like I said last week, there's going to be a new policy in from here on out, wherein not going to allow multiple people to submit the same level, the same code, etc. I'm going to say that you ought to have at least different codes. I feel like when multiple people are getting in the same level, it is unfair to, it is potentially unfair to others, especially if there is any suspicion of, alternate accounts, which seems like a possibility that, could also be friends, we can't say for sure, whatever, but the new policy is no duplicate submissions. At the very least, you should have a different code, different level, whatever. If you are friends and don't have your own maker code or something, we're not gonna see the same level like multiple times after the queue is closed, let's say, for sake of example, for like something more concrete of like what I aim this policy to stop. I think it's a good one, and should be pretty straightforward to enforce, I hope. Second thing, follow up on the Japanese submitter language barrier thing that I got really fed up with, finally moved to take action on last Friday. There are a couple of people in the YouTube chat that, couldn't speak English and as a result did speak Japanese and struggled to figure out how to submit a level. I have, since that last stream, went out of my way. I have made some Japanese translations of instructions of how to submit levels and rigged them to be to come up with certain commands which I can activate on my stream deck. I basically asked around Discords and found someone who spoke Japanese and asked them to translate some stuff for me, and hopefully it's good. Let me show them, I guess. Crap, I don't have the... actually, I can do it with copy-paste. So, this should work. Let me see. Okay, there's Nightbot. Okay, Nightbot is working on the YouTube end. My god, that looks long, but whatever, man. It's pretty complete and pretty detailed as far as, like, here's how you add when you come up, say something, and also, if you're not here, it'll be, 2 tries, to beat the level. That's, a pretty complete explanation of how things work. I also have another thing that has, like, instructions of how to do remove, replace, all that, which could be unintuitive to Japanese folks as well, you know. Other commands. Remove, queue, and replace, in particular. It's kind of a lot, but I think it's gonna help with the, hopefully viewers who, don't speak English and do speak Japanese. Like I said before, I'm gonna be in Japan and be doing some Japan travelogue / Mario Maker streams, so feel like I ought to have these, considering that, you know, streaming in Japan on Japan time might be we get more Japan viewers than usual. Who can say, right? But at the very least, it seems a reasonable precaution and a good thing to have ready. The Nightbot is really slow on the YouTube side, as far as I understand. That just can't be helped. Bots on YouTube are kind of bad, just as a rule. So that's that. I'd also like to say a little bit of follow-up one last time on the Nintendo Museum. I got a ticket, I got in. I'm gonna be there in, like, a month now, on a Friday morning, basically. So, like, yeah, like 4 weeks, 5 weeks from... I guess that's 4 weeks from now, yeah. Like a month from now, yeah. I'm excited. I don't have that much to say about it that I didn't say last week or on previous streams. It's gonna be a cool thing, and I'm glad I made I'm glad that worked out as far as my schedule and the shit goes. Like I said before, I'm getting in on opening week, so there was certainly a possibility that I didn't get a ticket. Final thing, I'm tired. I didn't get much sleep this week. I'll say, it has been a long week. Hey, Dragon Fanboy, thank you for the follow. Hey, Diego. Anyway, yeah, so I'm a bit more tired than usual. Even on days where I didn't have a reason to not get sleep, I didn't get much sleep this week. You know, like on Monday, I think I got like 2 hours. On Tuesday, I got a bit more. Sunday, I got like 2 hours. Then Monday, I got a little bit more. Tuesday, I went really late on Wind Waker Randomizer and got very little. In fact, if I looked at my watch after, the sleep that it reported was actually during the randomizer. Like, my watch thinks I was asleep from around 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. I was on camera that whole time talking, so I don't know. Dragon Fanboat, I'm also streaming on YouTube, so Diego is in the YouTube chat. There you go. That explains it. If anyone in the YouTube chat is wondering, Dragon Fanboat is in the Twitch chat. You get it. You get it. Yesterday, ASTRO BOT came out. That was a whole nother late night. The stream didn't go that long, but still got a lot less sleep than I should have done, and yeah, the best I can say is, like, yeah, Wednesday night I got like 6 hours. I got nearly 6 hours, and that's pretty good. But would have also liked to have a nap, but I was busy before the stream last night, and as a result, no nap. Just like no nap tonight either, because today either, because, you know, the stream is at 6. That's there's not enough time between end of work and start of stream for a nap, but I will manage. I don't know how long this stream is gonna go, but I don't have that much to talk about relative to most weeks, I think. So I reckon maybe we'll do a very normal length stream. Maybe something that was more normal like a year ago, where a stream would last maybe 2-3 hours rather than 4-5 hours on a Friday. You know, let's see what happens. Obviously, I'll say as far as making, I'm not doing any right now. I'm gonna wait until I get back from vacation from my Japanese trip, my Japan trip, before starting on the last level of the Super World. But, new level's doing pretty well. Apparently I got up to 17k in likes, that's good. Nice round number. Clear rate is stabilizing, it's up to 3% now. I think it could go as high as 4%, and it's the penultimate level in the Super World, so it's allowed to be hard. Check that out at some point if you like cool levels. And you, in particular, like the levels Loopy Lights, or, Stop and Go Station, or Misty Mine, you know, Donkey Kong Country. I love Donkey Kong Country. Let's start the viewer levels, folks. Let's start this up. Thank you for level Dragon Fanboats. Let me explain how this works for those who are new, those who need an explanation, etc. First up is Lord Bowser. The way that this works is if you're here when the level comes up, if you're here when your level comes up, I give it the full time of day, which means 12 minutes plus 5 last tries, if that's not enough. Did I say 12 last tries? 2 last tries, if that's not enough. Returns is pretty alright. Probably the weakest of the DKCs, but you should check out the rest of them, I'll say. I don't know, you know. I wonder how kids these days, younger folk than I, will feel going back to SNES and such games. I personally don't care for anything younger than myself, anything older than myself as far as games go, generally, so it's a whole thing. If you're here, I give it the full time of day, 12 minutes plus 5 last tries. If that's not enough, 5 last tries. Did I say 2? Whatever. If you're not here, I still play the level, but I do so in very nearly but not quite sudden death, wherein I only have 2 tries to beat the level, refreshing at checkpoints. Yeah, that about sums it up. That's my way of balancing, of like, what's the words that I use? That's my compromise between prioritizing the people who are present and playing more levels, which I think is a fun thing to do. It's fun to see more levels, but I do think that the folk that are here do have to be prioritized, since they are so kind as to be here. Yes, that's right. 12 minutes, 5 last tries during this first part of the stream. You know how it is. If you're here. Let's do it. Hello, Eddie Cat. Start that timer. 7-2. That's right. Now, Lord Bowser, you were saying on the Discord that you just made your first new level in a while, and I was kind of wondering if some of these ones that we've been playing on the stream are more like revisions than they are like full-blown new levels. Does that make sense?
Oh no!
More like revisions than full-blown new levels. Is that how it is? Nope, it's just a little level you worked on for a while. Okay, so what you're saying is that these levels are not entirely new insofar as you started them a while ago, whereas like the one that you mentioned on the Discord was one that you just started. I can respect that, okay. I tend to, especially these days with the Super World, tend to have worked on a level for ages. Eddie, do exclamation point add to add a level. Look at the other examples in chat. Look at the pinned message. I think you got it. I will absolutely do that, though, by the way. You just gotta submit it correctly. And then it'll be on the bottom of the screen. It'll be a whole nice thing. You get it. I hope you get it. I'm gonna say you get it. And proceed. I can also just put this, how to submit. A message about how to submit onto the screen, into the Twitch, onto the YouTube chat. There we go. And that'll clear things up, I bet. Maybe those should also be pre-programmed, like, you know, tweet, Nightbot-based, things, rather than having the, button just be a full macro. That way, viewers that came in and see that know that I'm not typing that in manually. It's a bot saying that for you, but... Yeah, there's no one way to do this stuff, I guess. I really like what you did with these note cloud things. Too bad in the in this part of the level they you know, they disappear before they're off screen. I guess they could have also done that during the first half of the level. It's just that if you move at full speed. Well, actually, no, it was auto-scroll first half. It was auto-scroll first half, so... I don't know why it wouldn't have done, because it does here. Perfect. That should be good, Eddie Cat. The bot might be a little slow. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I also made it so that that Japanese exclamation mark that apparently is different from our exclamation mark counts for the viewer bot commands. At least the ones that the bot uses. At least on YouTube. Probably not, strictly speaking, necessary, but I was able to figure out how to do it, and... Well, so far, it doesn't seem like it broke anything, so... That's good. That's good that everything's still working. Oh, crap. Hey, Green Mild Chill, how's it going? Thank you for the level. I'm alright. I'm tired, but it's the weekend. I'm gonna play a lot of ASTRO BOT this weekend, and also, probably... God, I gotta sleep. I gotta sleep a lot more than I have recently, you know? I'll say there's probably nothing that's going to rob me of sleep, specifically in the way that that's happened in the last week. You know, the, next Tuesday stream won't be going, like, super long like this Tuesday stream did, and there won't be a Thursday stream next week. So I'll have plenty of time to, like, to get in a normal night of sleep. Hopefully assisted by some amount of, you know... what is that called? That supplement, God, it's on the tip of my tongue, what is it? It's not mercury, it's, magnesium. Yeah, there we go. And the other one, the brain one. Thank you for the level, Lord Bowser, that was quite nice. Let me hit complete and get up the next one. You revise some of the levels. Update won't happen by the end of the month. Gotcha. Oh, he's a killer. He's a killer. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I got like criminally low nights of sleep this week, and have been desperately trying to make up for it via naps and things of that nature. Just like 2 hour. Some nights I got like 2 even, and the best I got was like 6. So whatever. I mean, it was a 4-day week, and I did sleep like 10 hours a night during the 3-day weekend. So yeah. So last weekend. So whatever, dude. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh, he's a killer, go ahead and say. Maybe, there you are, he's a killer. I'll say, we should probably talk about the reason for the season. We should probably talk about that big Sony release, that big Sony new game that everyone's been talking about, that everyone's excited for, that everyone's having a good time actively playing right now on September 6th. That's right. I am, of course, referring to Concord. No, that's a joke. So did you hear about what happened to Concord over the last week? Got fucking pulled because no one was playing it. It got unreleased. That's very funny. That continues to be a very funny thing, and hilarious. Hilarious to see, like, within like 2 weeks, a game that Sony was out there saying like, oh, this could be our next biggest franchise, you know, it's like an Overwatch type game. How can we lose? This could be bigger than Horizon, which is, I guess, our biggest franchise because we have no franchises, sadly, anymore. Oops. And it turns out it had like 60 players on it. So that's not good. That's not good at all. They unreleased it. They refunded everyone. And it's done. And they spent like millions, hundreds of millions of dollars on it. They intended it to be a big cinematic universe without even like checking to see if anyone found it at all entertaining or the characters at all charming. There's like a episode of some TV show about it that is, I guess, still in the pipeline. I don't know. And yeah, dude, what the fuck? That went about as badly as it could have done, and also I feel like anyone who saw it... What are we doing here? No, that's not right. Anyone who saw it at, like, not E3, and saw that trailer, knew enough to say, like, oh, this is crap, who wants this, what the hell? This is actually really, really doable. I was just, now that we know what to do. Okay. Learning. Anyone who saw it at not E3 was like, oh, this is just kind of funny. This is like Guardians of the Galaxy rejects. And also, it wants to be Overwatch, which is a thing that already people don't quite want anymore. You just uploaded this today? Nice. Has anyone cleared it yet? I didn't see. Let's see if we can, What?! First time for everything. Let's see if we can do that. It's possible. I thought I lucked out getting a shelmet there, but the delay was, killed me. I think it's possible to get a shelmet there. 2 have cleared? Okay. So, yeah, not first. Still, hey, you know. Nice to be in early, I guess. That's just funny. Good. I'm glad you feel that way. Dying being funny is a big theme of the channel. Look at that, I got a hat! Now I can cheese this bit a little bit. Perfect. Okay. What's gonna happen? Fuck! Anyway, I really don't have that much to say about Concord. No one was interested in it, and it died a completely expectable death. They should make more single-player games that are really, you know, big and expansive and delightful. I wonder if they have made any such games recently. We'll talk about that in a bit. Or I could pull a card and start talking about that now. What do you reckon? Y'all want to hear about... shit! About, yeah, let's pull a card and talk about the actual PlayStation game that people are talking about and people like. Hello, Shiny Hunter. Yo, you see that ASTRO BOT? I started that ASTRO BOT last night. Did a 4-hour stream where I played like 3.5 hours of that. It's fucking good. It's fucking great. I'll say, having played those 3.5 hours plus a little bit more. Plus a little bit more. I played a little bit more, right before the stream. Just a touch more of it. It's fucking great, and I'll say, I think it is like a, for sure, Game of the Year contender. I would say, personally, just having spent like 3-4 hours with it so far, it is a front runner. I think it is the best game of the year so far. We'll see how if that's true after Zelda, but, you know. Yeah, no, ASTRO BOT fucking rules. If you don't know what ASTRO BOT is, now here, what's up, Diego? Don't follow what you mean, but okay. ASTRO BOT is a 3D platformer from Sony, from Team Asobi at Sony, specifically. And it is a sequel to Astro's Playroom, which was a short-length pack-in game that fucking ruled for the PlayStation 5. And basically, the ASTRO BOTs are tiny little robots that live inside the PlayStation, and they like to reference the, they like to reference a bunch of PlayStation games, PlayStation IPs, that sort of thing. Ah, gotcha. I got you, Diego. They like to reference a bunch of, other PlayStation stuff, like you'll see, little ASTRO BOTs dressed up as all sorts of characters from other PlayStation games, or games that started on PlayStation, like Crash Bandicoot even, which, by the way, is owned by Microsoft, so that's interesting. They had to talk to Microsoft to do that this time. And to do Spyro as well. Really makes you think. Really makes you think. As not a big, like, Sony guy, I'll say, like, Sony has always been the last place I would want to play a game, just historically. A lot of the PlayStation-specific nostalgia doesn't do it for me, but it is just otherwise, like, such a creative and fun and energetic 3D platformer that's not important. You don't need to be, like, a big Sony mark, a big PlayStation mark to really enjoy the hell out of it. In ASTRO BOT specifically, it's like a full-length game, where you're going through space, wandering around, and, trying to find all your ASTRO BOT friends. There we go. Fuck. Trying to find all your ASTRO BOT friends and rescue them. Just like in the first ASTRO BOT game, which was Astro Rescue Mission for the PlayStation VR, which I never played because I never had a VR. You rescue them, you run around, you get, like, power-ups in each level that are pretty unique and pretty much transform the game in huge ways, and it's great. They do a ton of stuff to like mix up the game design and mix up like what you're doing in each level. They build around like a half dozen generally different ways to play with each temporary power up you get in each level, right? It's frankly amazing. Like, and one thing that surprised me is that several of the power ups have been like low-key, like, right out of Donkey Kong 64, right? Where one of the first ones you get is literally the Baboon Balloon. You get a button, you can just hit the trigger and just Baboon Balloon at any time. And turns out, if you could just Baboon Balloon wherever you want, that's pretty fucking fun. And leads to a very nice little level. There was another level where you were doing the Tiny Kong thing, you shrunk down, and you could, like, go inside like a log, right? And then get big again, and you'd break open the log, bust it open. You could slip into a cage that had one of your friends in it, and then become big to bust it open again. And, or, like, go to little small and go into little gaps and crevices and platform around. It's like, holy shit, you made Tiny Kong's Mini Monkey work! I can't believe that we're talking about that, and also, you know, I think, low-key, it's kind of, I think it's kind of 5 for 5 on that front. You know, there is a thing that makes you big, like Chunky Kong. There's a thing that, jets you around a little bit. There's actually two things that jet you around a little bit, like Diddy Kong. There's, like, an end of... Damn it. A kind of an end-of-level thing that's a little bit like the Donkey Kong, like, Barrel Blast thing, so I'm gonna count that. And you do become big, because you're a sponge, and you become a sponge, and then you absorb water, and then you become like Hunky Chunky. It's like, what if Hunky Chunky could spit, basically. And, again, they improved Hunky Chunky, they improved Lanky Kong, they improved... It's sublime. And they just build around, like, in, like, one level. They do, like, so much with that shrinking concept that, like, you could literally make an entire game out of shrinking down and platforming as a tiny little guy, and then becoming bigger and, like, you know, running across the areas you just platformed against at will. Like, you could do a whole game about that, and it's just one really incredibly creative level. Yeah, look into it. I'll say the one thing to know, like, disclaimer, the unfortunate thing is that it is an exclusive. It is like the pack-in, like the PlayStation 5 pack-in game, Astro's Playroom. It is a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and to be fair, it takes really good advantage of the software, of like the hardware, and literally the plot of the game is that your spaceship is a PlayStation 5 that has been broken up. It's goddamn good. It's amazing. Is it worth buying a PlayStation 5 for? Kinda. I honestly, I think that Astro's Playroom was low-key worth buying a PlayStation 5 for. So this is like 10 times as good, so fuck. I'll also say I, played a little bit more, like after the stream last night. Again, the first 3.5 hours of me playing it are on the archive, on YouTube, and also on Twitch for, you know, the next 90 days, whatever. You can go watch me play it for the first time if you care to. Oop, fuck. Mother. That, ugh. Timing there is so unintuitive. Oh, timer's up. I'll say a few more things I realized, like, after the stream ended. One, I went and found one of those warp alternate exit things. We'll count that, we'll count the next one on. I found one of those alternate exit things. Turns out you can open new levels by doing alternate exits. That's fucking good. That's always a good thing in a game. It also turns out there's a hint system, so if you're going back to an old level and you want to find all the stuff, you can pay like a certain amount of currency and you'll get a hint. So that's really good. Hey Tristan, that's surprisingly good. I say surprisingly. that's extremely rad, and is a nice way to make it so that if you're frustrated, you can just pay a little bit and you'll get pointed to what you need to do. I do remember you, yeah, from last night. Last try here. Last try after one more. Last try now. Right here. Let's do it. That's it. Yeah. ASTRO BOT fucking kicks ass. We're all out of tries. Thank you for the level. Oh, he's a killer. I appreciate it. That was, well put together. That last part, though, surprisingly difficult. Surprisingly difficult. The timing with the pow, the thwomp, all that crap is weird. Anyway, I'll say, let me just dismiss. Get up the next one. No, I didn't. I didn't beat it. Let me hit dismiss, hit lost, and pull up the next one, which hey is by Diego, who just confirmed. Dragon Hunter jank. Yeah, that was some jank. Little bits. That's right, this is now your turn, Diego. I'll say I'm gonna be playing that probably mostly. That's gonna be the big thing that I play for the next 2 weeks. I need to finish it in 2 weeks. I would like to 100% it in 2 weeks. Latest one, okay. Considering I will be out of town, like, in exactly 2 weeks' time. So that's fun. I need to beat it. Oh, also, we were wondering there in that stream last night about speedrun levels, like in the original Astro's Playroom. Apparently the speedrun stuff is gonna come in DLC, so it's not currently in the game, will be eventually. You know, that's fine, I'll take it. See you later, Spencer, you have a good one. Your real name is Diego. Oh, okay. There was another Diego in the YouTube chat. Okay. I understand your confusion. Dragon fan boat. Yeah, sorry. Some people have the same name sometimes. It happens. Should we do this one or should we go to the I feel like we probably tried this one and oh, you said to do the most recent one. Okay, you got it. Diego. Let's I'm sorry, I forget really fast. I don't know why you know here all night. That's not something I know about, Tristan. Let me get the tries left down. We start the level. Coincidences happen. I wonder if Diego is like a more popular name now than it was like in the past. Well, it's like a Spanish type name, right? Your iPad is dead? That's a shame. I recommend charging your iPad. Zesty lemon? Zesty lemon? What the fuck? What do you mean by that, Lord Bowser? Explain yourself! Zesty lemon. I'm sorry. This might be a connotation, a pull that the younger people don't quite get due to the agedness of this meme. But when I hear lemons, there's one thing I think about. I think about Nightbot's a bot. Don't worry about it. I think about Lemon Party. Anyway, that's no explanation. No further explanation. Moving on. Don't Google that if you don't know. It's fine. You don't need to know. How old do you have to be to have heard of Lemon Party? You reckon? Like, I feel like that's probably something that just hasn't been discussed that much in the last 10 years. Let's say full stop. It's like... older, it like died out before Lost did. Which I guess also has mostly died out by this point. Y'all know Lost? Everyone knows Lost. Lost, I think, still holds up a little bit. I saw Lost the other day, and I thought it was funny. The timer is how long we have to do each level in, and if it runs out, we have 5 last tries, and then we have to move on. That's how it works outside the lightning round, which will be later. Let's say 7:30 for the lightning round. Let's make it an early lightning round. I'm, you know, very nice, very nice. DGR Boat, you are up. Is Spanish and popular? It is commonly associated with a liar. I don't know about this liar. Well, the world does what it does. The names that are popular now seem all very weird to me. What time you end video for a new Astro Bot? The last stream I did on Astro Bot was the only stream I'm gonna do on Astro Bot for the time being. I'm doing the rest of Astro Bot on my own time, off stream. I just like to try out games for the first time, sometimes on stream. Does that make sense? It is, I think, a good way to see. I like having my first impression of, like, a big game be on stream, even if the rest of it won't be. I just think that, is nice. And, you know, good for posterity, I suppose. If you care about posterity. I kind of care about posterity. Let's do it. Let's go to the next one. Also, let me pull a card and talk about what's on it. Clips, shorts, and a can of worms. As I've been saying recently, I've been putting more effort into going back and clipping up a bunch of old streams and then immediately turning around and just filling up my YouTube with a good supply of, like, shorts such that I can post a couple a day. I've been doing 2 a day for a week now. That seems to be going well. I could just post a couple a day in perpetuity so long as I keep on making more and, you know, so long as they're all good. And I'll say, playing the stream last night, first off, I did absolutely fast-track a bunch of shorts, like, right after that stream. Like, you know I had to get my funny observation about how, parts of Astro Bot were like Donkey Kong 64 into a YouTube short. Those are doing well. Those are doing pretty well on the old YouTube short machine. But also, during that stream, it occurred to me, like, looking back, I would love to have a short about a really cool part of a game from a couple years ago called Tinykin. Now, I did play Tinykin on stream 2 years ago, and that stream is still in existence, and that stream was like a Game of the Year recap type stream where I went back and played a bunch of my favorite games and sort of pointed out, like, all my favorite things about them. Like, abso-fucking-lutely, obviously, there are certainly going to be moments in that stream where I say, like, look at this is my favorite part, and that could absolutely be pulled out into a YouTube short. But, like, this is the can of worms. This is the can of worms, right? Like, if I start saying to myself, like, okay, well, 2 years ago, I didn't, like, clip up every clippable moment. I just clipped up, like, 1 clip every 2 or 3 streams, maybe. Or, like, sparingly, or, like, whenever it occurred to me. If I start saying, like, in addition to having to clip up the last 6 months of streams, the last 10 months of streams, I also have to go back 2 years and start clipping those up in more detail, and clipping, like, oh, here's some Tinykin clips, here's some Neon White clips, here's some you know, Tunic clips from that stream. Like, I played all of my favorite 2022 games during that stream, and would I like to have clips of those? Probably. Probably. Hey, FP3 fan. How's it going? Thank you for the level, FP3 fan. It's a whole can of worms, and I'm thinking about just going back and getting like a nice clip of the green Tinykin, which I really liked. I could even have be on the Twitch side by like downloading the VOD from YouTube, uploading it to Twitch, clipping it on Twitch, and then converting it to a YouTube short using the tools that Twitch has, so it'll look the same as everything else that I do. All the other shorts that are also generated in that same fashion, but I am opening up a can of worms by allowing myself to go back, and creating a unbeatable, unworkable thing. It sounds like a lot of work. I know. I have tasked myself with a lot of work. It turns out that sorting through old Twitch streams is basically a full-time job. You know, they have editors. People have editors for that reason. But I'm, you know, it's just a hobby. But man, I want to have everything, every good moment preserved. It's a whole thing that I put on myself, and well, it's resulting in some YouTube shorts that are nice now. I'll say a weird thing right now with Twitch clips. Also, by the way, they seem to have broken how Twitch clips work on Twitch. Like, if you change the name, the game, the category of a stream now, it doesn't, when you make a clip after you do that, it doesn't reflect that change. It uses the old game. Also, if you clip a highlight, it will not have any category at all anymore, regardless of what the category is on the highlight. So, yeah, that's all fucked. They broke it. They broke their fucking clip system while doing the last update that they did, so that kind of sucks for just, like, categorization. What do you think is nice, Tristan? It sucks for, categorization. But, it sucks for categorization, but also, honestly, I don't know that anyone watches clips on Twitch, so it's fine, probably. You know, I'll say, like, the most watched Twitch clip that I ever had, like, just the one that is the most successful, got, like, 56 views. And that's, like, more than anything else there. The average YouTube short that I picked, that I put up, gets at least, like, 100 views. So, yeah, clearly something's going on there insofar as, like, yeah, people don't give a fuck about YouTube, shorts. Tristan, don't be weird. You know, I can't respond to everything anyone says if it doesn't make sense and it's not necessarily relevant. Yeah, just another case when, just another case of, like, yeah, maybe we should mute Tristan. Seems like Tristan maybe isn't ready to chat on Twitch, or on YouTube. Tristan might be a very young, child, for what it's worth. Maybe should mute very, very young children if they're not gonna be cool and normal. Maybe should do that as a policy. It'd be really nice if YouTube could be like, Twitch has, like, a parental guidance thing that'll show, like, hey, this is for specific audiences. Whereas with YouTube, you can make it, like, 18 plus only, but, like, yeah, no, this isn't porn. I think that anyone over the age of, like, 13 can manage this, but it can, like, deal with it, right? But whatever. Calm down. Yeah, okay, yeah, we should relax. This is not that hard. Do you mean with the level or the chat thing? Probably both. Probably both. Let's relax and play the level. Really, I do think it'd be nice if you could at least say, like, you know, PG-13, let's say. Let's say PG-13. I think that'd be a fair rating for this channel. I mean, I say fuck a lot, but 13-year-olds can handle fuck. They're fine. Like, what was Terminator rated? They have fucking in Terminator. So, you know, whatever. Anyway, I'll say, all the kids say fuck nowadays. True, true. I'll say also, like, I cannot, like, tone down my content just in case, like, a 5-year-old might be watching. They're watching everything. That would basically take away everything, right? Short of, like, pornography. Or things that are, you know, adult only, literally, which, you know, isn't bridge too far, bridge too far. We're fuck! I was about to say we're doing well. Oh, great, yes, we're doing great. We just got a checkpoint, fantastic. We're doing wonderful. Okay. Still good. Yeah. Anywho, we'll continue making myself clip up stuff and I'm glad y'all are grown-ups, by the way, y'all that are. Now, I will continue to clip up stuff randomly and you know, hopefully have a good amount of stuff to pull and have be shorts. I like a good variety of shorts, but also I do think one thing I really believe is that every stream of mine at least has 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 really good moments that are worth being YouTube shorts, right? You know, the viewer level streams of it, especially, like, those always have just a good funny death or two now and again, you know? Hey, Metro Zibots. Anyone else, watching along? Hey. I like to say hello when I first see a name, but sometimes I'm, distracted, you understand. This is the funniest, you're dying to Goombas? Yeah, people say that. That's, wait until the lightning round, man. It's gonna be— fuck, there's a shoe! Oh wait, there's a shoe in this room, too. Well, still, I can get a shoe here, it's safer. Wait until the lightning round. If you don't know what the lightning round is, let me tell you what the lightning round is. That'll be later in the stream. Like a half hour from now. The lightning round is a part of the stream where I will only have 5 tries to beat each level that comes my way, so the levels will start coming more fast and furious. You know, we'll be going through them at a faster rate. So if you're impatiently waiting, good news. The rate of levels is gonna increase by, like, a lot. And also, it makes every death a lot more significant, right? Like, right now, I could die right now and I'll just continue on with my tangent. But if I only have 5 lives, you know that every death, I'm just gonna go like, ah, Jesus. You know, I'm gonna pop huge, in a negative way. And I say that as if, you know, there's plenty of streams where you can see that already. I say that as if it's a theoretical thing. Like, no, it's a factual thing. It happens every week. That's how it is. We have 4 minutes of this level left. Let me see. What do I have next in my thing? Alright, I have a game I played. I also played some other games during this week. Let's do another card while we're making 3 more minutes worth of attempts here. I also have been playing Castlevania Dominus Collection. Been doing that in kind of a funky way. I've been doing it with doing it such that every time I die, I switch between the 3 games. And that's been a fun way to play those games, it turns out. It does result in some very short times going from one game to the other when I'm stuck on a boss or something. Meanwhile, if I'm just in the middle of regular time and, you know, I'm just wandering around normally and playing safe, it does mean sometimes I'm playing one game for a long time, but it's good and I like it. Those 3 Castlevania games are all excellent and worth playing through in their entirety if you never did. I'm glad they're finally available on a modern console. I guess re-released for the first time since the DS itself. It's a goddamn good collection. The only thing I would note is that the touchscreen stuff in the first game, in Dawn of Sorrow, continues to be really clunky. They made it so that it's like using the right stick and a button, and it turns out that's kind of more clunky than the touchscreen, to the point where I've been playing these things like on the mobile, you know, on the go, while in portable mode, you understand. And I've been just using my finger. I've just been, hell yeah, checkpoint, boss fight, let's go. I've just been using my finger and doing it the normal way, and that might actually be the best way to do it. Honestly, feels weird to say, considering how long we spent going like, okay, this seal shit has to go. Make it automatic. They didn't do that. Instead, they just, you know, hey Jerry, you can submit. Exclamation point, submit. What's going on here? Yeah, you have to add before you can replace. You're not in there as of yet, Jerry. Castlevania Dominus is really good. If you haven't played those games yet, any of them, I would highly recommend them. I think Order of Ecclesia is the best one. Really amazing, like, basic system in that, in Order of Ecclesia, all the moves are the same. So, like, you know, like stabbing with a sword, throwing axes, they're all, like, spammable in a way that's super cool. You know, you'll switch to, like, the axes and just, like, I'm gonna throw 100 axes at this boss and kill them that way. Even if, like, I have a sword. Like, that just becomes your main move. And it's hilarious. And also you can, like, dual wield 2 of the same weapon in that game. And when you do that, it's kind of funny when you do that. When you do that, you can alternate between the 2 buttons and, like, do sword, 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 sword. It's like a 1-2. Sword, 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 sword. And basically double your sword attacks, which just feels so goddamn satisfying. I don't know why no one has copied that in the last such and such years, honestly. No, you want this dude to play the Super World, not replace your Super World. Yes. Did we get a key? I'm a little confused here. What the point of all that was. Going around the loop. Did I reset the timer? I must have done, yeah, because we ran out of time last time. Just seems like this level's gone really fast. Drop the cannons and then go down? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I thought we were trying to kill the guy or something. That gave us a key. Really damn nice. I'll also say one more game I've been playing right now while we're in this level still. I also been playing Danganronpa. I don't have time to play anymore though. I played like the first 2 chapters, and now that ASTRO BOT's out, I'm not gonna have any more time for that. It's a really good adventure murder mystery type thing. It's really fun to investigate the murders real fast and then do a trial, which is sort of like Ace Attorney on steroids. After playing the first Ace Attorney, I was sort of more in the mood for that than going into more Ace Attorney where I have to do investigation and part of a trial and investigation and part of a trial, so on, so on. You know, I'd rather do like a quick investigation, a quick trial, and then some build up for the next thing. That said, again, not gonna have time in the next 2 weeks. Maybe I'll play it like on the flight to Japan or something. I mean, I'll have options. I'll have other options like on the Switch, like what's that? The Squire, the what's that game called? The Paper Squire, the Lustful Squire? No, that's not it. You know, that Squire, the Plucky Squire. There we go. The Plucky Squire. I'll have that. I'll still have Castlevania. I'll have options. I'll probably play more Castlevania because that's a podcast game, and I'm gonna be paying full attention whenever I play Astro Bot. But yeah, good crap. Dragon Fan Boat. Really enjoyed it. Let me hit GG. Let me hit complete and pull up the next one, which is by Sunflora as a Marill. Fantastic. Sunflora hasn't chatted in a minute, but there you are. There you are, Sunflora. Fantastic. Let's check this out. Let's do it. Let me do another card. We're now through like the games I've been playing. Honestly, for the next week or two, it'll just be Castlevania maybe, and a whole lot of Astro Bot. Long and short. Long and short. But on other topics, I'll say, my parents moved. I'm not going into full detail about, like, what the house is like, all that, you know, it's a privacy type thing, you know. I don't want to talk too much directly about, like, oh, this room is this way, that's weird. But, you know, I went over there yesterday night before the stream, like, for dinner and also to help them unpack a little bit. Mostly I just set up the Roku and their TV a little bit, you know, things that are hard. And I said, you know, I can change the Wi-Fi password probably. And they said, oh no, it's good, it's good. I think the thing I'll say is that they are moving from like a bigger house that is more impractical was more practical when they had us living there, like, you know, us kids 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But now didn't really make as much sense, and also had a ridiculously sized backyard that was basically a forest that, you know, the animals loved, but was a maintenance nightmare, especially as my dad, you know, it goes further and further past the age of retirement. You know, a forest, being the caretaker of a small forest is not maybe the most practical retirement for someone, you know, approaching 70, right? Yeah, he's like mid-60s. He's like mid-60s. Mid-late 60s? Who can say? But, like, yeah, you can see that there was a lot of forest, and, like, my dad's cat loved it. As did the dogs. They love to go out and explore. And now they have more of a mid-sized thing that's just like a patio with some deck furniture. And like, about, how many feet would that be? About like a 10 feet by 20 feet. Like, maybe like 18 by something. You know, one of those smaller plots. And it's a cool plot, but like, a lot smaller, but I did, while I was there, the cat there, he did slip out, and they did check out the outside, the new outside, which is all fenced in and pretty small, but Dixie there, her name is Dixie, by the way, seemed to enjoy it. That's probably one of the best pictures of Dixie I've gotten in a long time. You know, she's like 15, 16. She's getting on in years. It's impressive that she reached this move. You know, she has only known the big house and the big forest in her life since she was a stray before that. But, you know, she'll have to get used to small yard and realize that most cats, most dogs, they don't have big, huge yards. And, well, that just makes you think, I guess. The new house is nice. I think it's pretty like sizable in the places it needs to be. It has a pretty good layout in ways that are good. It's in the middle of a neighborhood rather than being like far away from everything. So they have to deal with neighbors again more acutely and neighborhood stuff, but also, you know, they're not like a... Previously, they were like in the middle of a forest practically, like 10 minutes down a 2-lane road, basically, or a 1-lane road where you had to, well, you know, one lane going one way, 1 lane going the other, you understand. Not like a 1 lane, just one, a little higher than like a dirt road, but not that much higher. And now they're just in the middle of, you know, the cities, which is nice. They're a lot closer, too, to me, where I am currently, which is also nice. Yeah. Hopefully they'll finish setting all that stuff up and getting it all ready to go. You know, living there, whatever. My dad apparently is like super duper stressed about all this and was just like the most angry, frustrated, yelly that I've seen him in a while. Like, man, he does not handle the stress as well. What are you gonna do? It's probably biological, you know, genetic at some level. I can't say I also, you know, I can get pretty angry, pretty frustrated at times. I'll say something I was thinking about this week. I'll tell you where I get like the most frustrated, the most like I don't want to say the word triggered, but you know, the most like where my anger really flares and I get the most just like frustrated. And it's a very simple thing. It's whenever I'm on the phone with a robot and I just want to talk to a fucking human. You know, I will fucking just start. I will call them the nastiest words I can think of. I will say like, "God damn you fucking robot, give me a fucking person, give me a fucking person right now, person. I'll just start fucking losing it, man." And I was the other day I was in the office in one of those like they have like quiet rooms where it's like sound isolating, just like yelling this crap and saying nasty words that I will not repeat on stream. And then I thought to myself like, oh wait, I'm in the office. I really hope this sound isolation is as good as it seems, because ooh, that would be awkward. Something about a robot that's just slowly saying like, if you have a representative, if you know your thing, say so now. If you are calling to get a COVID test, you can say this now. And I'm just like, come on, I just want a person. I just want to say, like, hey, give me a refill. And what do I need to do to get a refill? Who do I need to talk to get this thing refilled? Oh, I need to talk to someone. I need to talk to the doctor. Oh, the doctor moved, so I need to... I need to schedule an appointment. Oh, so I need to call someone else. Phones are kind of a nightmare, I guess. Too many bots and young people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. I feel like the bots are far more of a problem than the people. Like, I'll tell you, when I get a person, it's like, it's hard for me to stay mad, honestly. You know, I hear the voice of a person, and it's like, yeah, I want to be liked by this person. Whereas, like, I hear the voice of a robot, and I do not give a fuck about what this robot thinks, because, you know, I understand this robot does not think. This robot does not care. I will call this robot all the nasty things I can think of. There need to be, like, specific slurs that are anti-robot, so we can just say those and it'll be fine. You know, not, I'll say I don't say slurs. I don't say slurs. More vulgarities. I'll go into no more detail. Well, you understand. Nothing racist. Nothing, nothing like, oh, damn it, the checkpoint. I thought I had to go into the pipe. All the chat robots have, like, traditionally, you know, American voices, so it's not like you could even do a slur. Not that you would, because what the fuck? I imagine if you did, like, a chatbot, a robot with, like, a accent. With, like, an accent. It would be, you know, you would get some people getting very mad. You know, the right would get extra mad, and you probably don't want people getting extra mad when they're calling customer service. You know, that's one of the things they try to avoid. That and things costing any money at all. You metallic robots? I will say, like, I've been watching Atri. Atri is one of the shows I've been watching. One of the things that happens in that show is the main character just saying things like, oh, you rust bucket, and the cute robot girl going like, that's anti-robot discrimination. That's not allowed. Illegal, that's a crime. And it's kind of cute and fun whenever she does that. That's a good bit. It's different when they're sentient. It's different when they're sentient and not like a poorly made recording labyrinth. Let me be clear. If I was talking to Bender, that's a different thing. How are you doing, including chat? I'm doing alright. I hope to get more sleep tonight. Interesting. Yeah, I thought... I guess multiple ways to go through this. Maybe... Not sure. Whatever. There's the end. Oh, we can go through here. And there's a boss fight. Wonder if you get a different boss fight if you go the other way or something. Who can say? Anyway, that's some funny timing with the move being weeks before my big trip. I guess, you know, there's always something going on. Like, honestly, I'm not sure if I want to do family stuff next week just because it'll be my last, Wait a minute. That guy just jumped above to the... That dude just soft-locked himself. Wow. Just because I'm already... next weekend... Not this weekend, the next one, I'm gonna be doing a big, long stream on Sunday, which will be the last before my trip. And I would like to... maybe do, like, a nice, relaxing weekend day before, you know... enjoy like a nice, slow, nothing day, where I do nothing and accomplish nothing. Those are always good to have for mental health purposes. Right, like, things are gonna be busy with the trip that I've been planning, you know? Guess this area is just for the power-up. So, this way was the critical path. It wasn't branching or nothing. You have to turn the... I guess you probably have to turn the thing to face the other way, because if you don't, you won't be able to get up the speed to get into the pipe. Is that right?
Oh no!
You spot a cheese? What's the cheese? Yeah, I think I spot one too, potentially. Let's try it just to see if we can save like fractions of a second. I mean, hang on. I got another idea. One thing you should know about Koopalings in general is that they die to a POW block. So if we could get our hands on that POW block, that'd be good. Tristan, be cool and normal if you want to, chat. Don't like distract everyone and be all weird and crap. I do think we should there we go. Oh wow, yeah, you can just literally walk here. Boom! Yes! The POW block was able to hit that guy while he was on the ground, despite not being able to take the POW block over to where he was. Good cheese, good cheese. Why was the POW block there in the first place, I guess, is the question. Far as I can tell, it's just there to be fun. So, probably intended. That's good, Tristan. ASTRO BOT is great. GG. Let me get the timer down and hit, complete. Eddie Katz. Eddie Cat, Eddie Cat, where are you? On the YouTube side, I believe, because of the space, I can tell. The POW and the Blast-A-Koopa. Yeah, like, lots of opportunity to cheese, but also, why else would that be there other than to do exactly what I did? I don't know. Let me do a next. Eddie Cat in the YouTube, go ahead and confirm you are up. You know the drill. I've explained it. Hopefully you know the drill. I can explain it again, I guess. Okay, bye, Tristan. Whatever. Let's go ahead and do a thing. Okay. Eddie Cat. I'll do another card, okay. Last of the pre-Japan purchases. I'll say, I've bought a lot of stuff for the Japan trip. Stuff, like, for the stream. Stuff for, like, DR Dragon Fan Boat says hello, by the way. Anyone in, YouTube chat. I bought a bunch of stuff. And I decided to buy, like, the last few things the other day. And, things like, oh, I realized my old umbrella was a little bit ratty. It was a little bit broken, so I got a new one. Look at this, it has a fancy handle on it. It was pretty reasonably well reviewed. I saw one site recommending it, so I figured, whatever. You're after cats? Hell yeah. I also got a portable battery, but It turned out to be a lot bigger than I expected. Here's the one I have that can, like, charge an iPhone, like, 3 times. It has, like, 10,000 MHA. This has, like, 50,000. So, like, literally 5 times as much as this. And that would charge a iPhone, like, 20 times? 25 times? 30 times? 15 times? I don't know. A lot of times. I guess if this one does 3 and this one's 5 times, it would do 15 times. I also Googled and said, I saw somewhere say, like, yeah, it could probably do, like, 20 times. Depending on the specific iPhone, I bet, but it's probably really overkill, and it's really big, and also it's kind of low-key heavy. Like, this thing is honestly heavier than a Nintendo Switch by, like, a factor of 2 or 3. Like, it feels like a little brick. I think I might return it. It does have some neat features, like, look at this, it has a light that's not very bright. That's interesting. And it's big and large. Probably overkill, though. I only need something, like, about this big, maybe just a little bit bigger, just so I can always know that the Wi-Fi egg that I'll be carrying around Japan will always have power, and that I will always have spare power just in case. But I don't need 20 times what an iPhone carries power. I just need, like, 5 times maybe, let's say. Even that's probably overkill. Anything else? I did buy some more watch bands just as backups. I did also fix my watch band that broke. Basically, this is a watch band that's, let me become big. This is a watch band that, like, goes around this little guy, and this little guy that can go up and down, little plastic thing, it broke on this one, so I actually replaced it with a metal jobber I got off Amazon, and I think that's gonna work really well, and help with the durability issues, which is nice because I like it. I like the way it feels, I like the way it looks, and I got some spares now that I am low-key thinking about just snapping off these things and replacing them with metal ones, just, like, ahead of time, so that they're more solid. They're more like resistant to such things. I think that's about all I've got. Oh, I also got, like, a laundry bag to, like, put my dirty clothes in whilst I'm traveling, so it doesn't touch the non-dirty stuff. That's important to have. Again, here's that battery. Look at it. It's fucking massive. Ridiculous. I'm gonna return this. I'm deciding that right now. I'll order a different one. I'll also say I ordered a bunch of Fangamer shirts, like 4 Fangamer shirts. I don't think they shipped those yet, so I'm very nervous, just hoping that they make it in time for me to pack them. We'll see about that. I guess I'll just take old shirts if they don't arrive. That's what I get for trying to order shirts, like, 2 weeks before the trip, 3 weeks before the trip. Should have done, like, 2 months before. I don't see Eddie Cat, so let's play the level in sudden death as we do. Let me go ahead and get that up. You need to be right back. No problem, QB. That's cool. Also, it is 7:30, so the next level and on will be in the lightning round. Yes. Very good. Oh, I already fucked up. Actually, it kind of looks like I can cheese this. Maybe. But wait, why cheese it, though? Why cheese it? Just do it. I think let's try cheesing it. Whatever. Oh, crap. Okay, that's why not cheese it. Okay, reason why not to cheese is that, also, hey, you can't get up without taking damage, for what it's worth. With very precise jumps. It's actually very reproducible. But I think we're screwed nonetheless. I think if you don't do it the intended way, that wall is a serious problem. I don't know that we can get under it and jump. One more try, and then, oh, okay. Well, I died, so that's that. No Eddie Cat in chat. No further tries. Thank you. No timer, no nothing. Alright. Folks! Oh, let me dismiss. I am next after Cats. You're really low on the list, Jerry. I don't know why that is. But I'm seeing you as after like, FP3 fan. I think that's some wishful thinking. You can check the queue to see where you are at, in the list. Wishful thinking does not, I understand the impulse, but you gotta understand there's other people submitting. First come, first serve. You get it. Folks, do you know what time it is? It is time for the lightning round. During the lightning round, I will have 5 tries to beat each level that comes my way. 5 tries, 7 for Twitch subs, and also for the first level of the night. Twitch subs are money. That's what that means. Green Mile Chili is here, and that means Green Mile Chili gets those first, wrong button. Gets those first bonus heads, which come in a variety of forms. You can see that there's a bunch of Mario ones, a bunch of not Mario ones, which are less likely, but, you know, possible. Let's randomize and see what you get. Basically, there's 5 copies of each Mario head and 1 copy of each non-Mario head for, you know, if you want to know how it's weighted. Luigi, fantastic. Considering that Green Mile Chili is green and Luigi is the classic green man. Thanks for the follow, Green Mile Chili. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Let's do it. This may not be an easy one. Well, let's see. Ugh. Tired. It's Kaizo Light. It has a 1% clear rate. I think we could do it. Let's see. There is a checkpoint. I'll say, checkpoints refresh our lives. That's an important thing to note. So yeah. Use the cues. Jump with faith, and let's do it. Okay, that's the second one. This is hard, but it's not like, there we go. A lot of it is pretty, comes through clean. I'll also say during the lightning round, me not finishing a level doesn't mean it's, gone forever. Doesn't mean we can't see it again. We can absolutely see it again. Tonight, another night, whenever you want to submit is cool. This is just a thing that keeps things moving and provides like a fun, some heightened stakes, you understand. Ah, we're getting there. 2 tries left. 36 seconds is the world record. I feel like we're not that far, then, considering. Or maybe like 15 seconds in. Fuck! You like the idea of the lightning round? Good, okay. It's something I really like and really enjoy doing. And I will say, because of the lightning round, we always end the stream having played all the levels in the queue, at least so far. I mean, sometimes that results in going like an extra hour, but on other channels, you'd have to go like an extra 5 hours to do that, to get that done. You know, and that's why other streamers don't do that. They just end the stream, I guess, in most cases. Thank you, Green Mild Chili. We weren't able to do it, such as the lightning round. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, go ahead. Feel free to get that back in. Let me hit Lost. And, do the next one. It says Eddie Cat. How could it be Eddie Cat? I thought we just did Eddie Cat, like, not that long ago. Did I accidentally, like, not dismiss? Yeah, Eddie Cat was the last one. I'm gonna... This can't be right. I'm gonna dismiss this one. Eddie Cat was the one before... Okay, whatever. QB is up. QB just said is back. Perfect. Let me do another card. So what about after the Japan trip? What are plans for 3rd stream anniversary, Extra Life, etc.? I've been giving a little bit of thoughts last couple days as far as like what happens after the Japan trip. I've been focused on that so much, I haven't really spared a thought for like the 3rd stream anniversary, which will be November 3rd, right? Just like 2 weeks after I return from Japan. And Extra Life, which I'll probably want to do sometime in November or December, as I tend to do. Play the latest level, you got it. And here's my current thoughts. For the stream anniversary, I'm thinking some sort of randomizer maybe. Something like Majora's Mask, 1 dungeon. Or maybe just like, Paper Mario randomizer. That's always good. That's probably my favorite randomizer. Doing something like that, and then after that, doing the viewer levels. But also having it so that the viewer levels... Making it so that for the viewer levels, the first couple to submit will get extra levels during that stream, such that, you know, you tune in during the Majora's Mask, you're gonna get, like, somewhere between 5 and 2 levels instead of 1. Maybe for the first 5 or the first 10, I don't know, that submits. Thinking about that. Would be lightning round only. Would be lightning round in its entirety. But for those who have, like, traditional super worlds, it would be like a choice time to get in. I think it'd be that's maybe a good way to handle it. As far as the Extra Life goes, I'm thinking I will get a Xbox 360 and play a bunch of Xbox 360 games that are not backwards compatible, which I've been looking to do for a while now. Hopefully that'd be a fun thing to do for Extra Life. Good, simple, and can go long as needed. This looks good. This looks simple. Let's do it. As far as, like, variety nights and playthroughs go, I'm thinking about continuing and doing more variety nights when I'm back from Japan. You know, just doing more random one-off streams. Up until Metal Gear Delta hits, and then I want to do Metal Gear Delta on stream. And that'll be the first Metal Gear I've ever played, which should be fun. I've watched playthroughs of the Metal Gear Solids, and I really enjoy them. And I think Metal Gear Solid 3 has the best story, but I think it'd be fun to do Delta on stream as like a full playthrough. And also my first experience with actually playing those games. So, yeah, those are the thoughts I have about the future, about stuff happening in, like, November on. Also, I'll say, after Metal Gear Delta, I have a plan to do, like, a playthrough series, where, like, a sort of a themed playthrough series. How do I put this? I want it to do it so that I have, like, there's a bunch of Rareware games that I haven't played on stream, that I haven't fully replayed on stream, and I love Rareware. And I'm thinking I would like to have it so that we go into a stream, right? And I spin a wheel between like 5 rare games. Something like Cameo, Elements of Power, Cameo, Conquer, Banjo-Kazooie, Grunty's Revenge, the Game Boy Advance, Donkey Kong Countries, all 3 of them. What else? What else? I thought I had one more. Star Fox Adventures. Have those 5 and then just randomly choose one and then complete it and then randomly choose another and do that for probably like half a year if my estimate is anywhere. That'd probably take like half a year of streams to do that, and I think that'd be a fun plan for 2025 as far as like what games I'll be playing into that year. But those are all ideas right now. We'll see what happens. Hell yeah. Ooh. Let me hit complete. Thank you. That was quality. It all, you know, was sort of intuitive. I didn't really comment on it, but you know, it's a blue platform speedrun. What do you want? They're not that much to say about any individual one other than like, yeah, that's fun and flashy. In the way that is like best practices, I guess. Standards. Gold standard. There you go. I don't want to be dismissive and say like it's just like every one of those. It abides by the gold standard of the genre. Good. Shiny Hunter, go ahead and say a thing. Wonderful, wonderful. Let me do a card. I'll do another card while pulling up a thing. Finished rewatching Kaguya-sama. Love is War. It's all 5 out of 5 and a heart. God damn, that is just a top tier show. And I just blitzed all the way through rewatching it over the last 2 weeks. The movie, the end of season 3 is like a best of all time arc that leads into a best of all time like transitionary phase of the series, which is that movie slash now it's been like made into like a they've been turned into episodes on Crunchyroll like retroactively, which okay, sure, whatever. But it's fantastic. It's phenomenal. If you don't know Kaguya-sama, Love is War, it is a show about two like you know, high school student body presidents and vice presidents who student body council members, and they are in love, but they're both too proud to admit it, and they constantly like feud and try to force the other one through like battles of will into confessing their love first. Want to play your levels? Sure, submit them. That's the thing to do in this case. I'll say I kind of want to talk more specifically about the movie and about the show because I think every time I brought it up, I have said like, oh, I can't talk about this because spoilers, but it's been a while. It's been a while, so why don't I just put up a spoilers thing? Oh, I need to move the hats. Shiny Hunter, you still have to confirm, by the way. I'll become big, so the spoilers is less of a problem. Spoilers. So at the end, the last arc of season 3 of Kaguya-sama sort of turns the concept on its head. You sort of get a lot of setup into that arc, which is the culture festival. You get some setup basically with the characters, the president saying like, okay, well, I've decided I'm gonna go study abroad, so I'm actually gonna graduate early, which means we gotta do this. If she doesn't confess by the end of the cultural festival, I'm going to do it. And she's basically thinking the same thing. And literally even the narrator is like, this is like the whole theme of the show. She just contradicted the whole theme of the show. They're supposed to be too proud. The concept is he who confesses first loses. So What? And you're thinking throughout that whole arc, like, are they gonna do it? Are they going to do it? And then, you know, at the end of Ultra Romantic Season 3, it fucking happens, and it's fucking beautiful, and it's so romantic and amazing. Thank you for the YouTube subscription. That was Spritey. Thank you. It's so romantic and so amazing, and goddamn. And you think about it and go like, wait, doesn't this mean that the fight is over? Actually, if the confession is over, doesn't this mean that you have nothing more that you can do? And the show, the season 3 is sort of like touches on this in a post-credits scene where Kaguya, the lady, she realizes like, you know, we kissed and all, and it was really great, but he still didn't really tell me that that he loved me. How can I make him say that he loved me? Seriously, what the fuck? And it's like, okay, yeah, there's still things to fight over. There's still things that they want in the relationship and are too proud to just say like, hey, tell me you love me. You know, I want to hold hands. There's a great scene in the movie, The First Kiss That Never Ends, where she is just saying like, my hands are so cold. Oh my God, with your male privilege, with your pockets, you boys, you can just put your hands in your pockets and have them be warm. And he's just freaking out going like, oh my God, she's so upset about male privilege. Oh my God, this is terrible. And she's just going like, come on. She's just like waving her hands around like erratically. It's fucking hilarious. There's also the bit with the quack, which, my God, that I remember just breaking up hysterically in the theater for that. But oh my God, like the scene in it's as uproariously funny as I remembered it being. Just like, again, we're in spoiler territory, so I'm just going to explain what happens. So the joke with the quack is that the quack tells the kid like, oh, you're not you just fainted because you're lovesick. You just worked yourself to exhaustion because you're lovesick. You need to do that. Whatever. And he sort of explains his rationale, and the doctor starts saying like, well, boys will be boys. Keep at it, and maybe you'll your bravado will become real. And then the nurse like steps in and says like, wait, but she was crying though. And also, isn't it nice when the boy who is like super serious, you start to see the cracks in the armor? Gapu, it's all about the gap. And the doctor is just sitting in the background going like, I can't get any of my great advice in while my nurse is saying these things. And he's just having like most serious deadpan face, realistically drawn, just going like, it's just cracking me up. Especially since right before that, he says like, you could be a little more chill about it. Back when I was your age, I messed around with a lot of girls, super casually. And then the nurse says, didn't you get your wife pregnant at 17? Oh yeah, I fathered a child at 17, and so did my son, and so did my grandson, who, by the way, is the character who has a girlfriend. Famously, is his character trait is that he's what's her name's boyfriend. He's turning 17 this year, and oh boy, he'll probably do a thing. Which, just beautiful setup there for stuff that'll happen eventually, I hope, when they adapt the rest. My God, that's a top tier show. No more spoilers, God damn. I don't see Shiny Hunter at the moment. Let's put into sudden death. Oh. Yeah, you can only have one at a time, Super Spritey. Now you want to watch it even more? Yeah, I'll say, like, it's... I think I have it in my top 10 animes of all time. Maybe it should be top 5, I don't know. It was definitely the kind of show where once I started watching it, I couldn't stop, you know? I just watched episode after episode until I was done. And, that was that. You know, one episode after another in an unbroken chain, practically. And many nights where I would watch one and go like, I could go for another. And then just watching like one or two more. Not great as far as sleep stuff goes. I mentioned being tired. Maybe it would help if I had like, come to think of it, the reason I only got 6 hours of sleep on Wednesday is because at midnight I said, at like 11 o'clock, instead of like going to sleep because I was rather tired, I said, I think I will watch the Kaguya-sama movie now. I will watch that movie in its entirety. Initially I said, I'll just watch part of it. I'll just watch like the first half of it. And I said like, nope, I can't not finish it right now. This is pretty easy. I think we're probably good to go. Don't have to worry about nothing. All these power-ups. Very, very kind. Huh. Oh, well, shit. Was there a checkpoint? Yes, there was. Also, I don't think I realized the P-switch was there. But it makes sense. That boss, definitely the hardest we've seen so far. Anyway, with that, I don't really have any more anime I'm like super actively rewatching right now. I mean, I have a few that I started recently, and I probably would like to finish before going to Japan if possible. But I'll say it's probably not the right time to start anything new. So we'll mostly be taking it easy. Just, you know, focusing on the simulcast and stuff. Stuff I'm already watching. We didn't need to fight that guy. That's good to know. I have some low-key... I'll say I've been watching a good amount of, like, anime YouTube recently. Just, like... I really like the YouTuber Mother's Basement. Good anime think pieces and all that. A lot of them. And, you know, through, like, old videos of his, have remembered things about shows I watched, like, years ago. Like, I just watched a random video about, Wait, what the fuck is with this room? Okay, there we go. I just watched a random video of his about Orisuki. Are You the Only One That Loves Me? And it turns out I had forgotten a bunch about that show. And, I just remember it being kind of like about, you know, a character that is a dirtbag of some kind. But I forgot that, like, oh, part of it was that all the characters were ridiculous dirtbags, or, you know, not having the best of intentions, stuff like that. Toad, you got it. Blue Toad, yeah. When I die, you'll see. But I forgot there's a lot more to that, so I put it on my list of shows to rewatch. I've also really liked to do Komi. Komi Can't Communicate. That was a top-tier show the year it came out, but I haven't watched it since it had its original seasons. I think that'd be nice. You love Komi Can't Communicate? Oh yeah, it's fucking fantastic. Just a top-tier goddamn show. Komi Can't Communicate was my anime of the year that year it came out. Coincidentally, other animes of the year the last few years. What have been the anime of the year the last couple years? There's Komi Can't Communicate. I think Kaguya-sama season 2 was my anime of the year when the year came out. Was it really season 2? Season 3 was very likely to be it, but then Bocchi the Rock came out. 100 Girlfriends was anime of the year. Last year. Even Girl Next Door was anime of the year before that for me. Or I'm getting all these animes of the years out of order. And before that, who knows? I feel like before Demon Girl Next Door, I didn't quite think that heavily about anime of the year. I'll say that My Hero Academia Season 2 was definitely the anime of the year came out for me. Probably the last time a just straight up shonen has had that position for me. Spy X Family is really good. It was just short of anime of the year for me. Oh, Laid Back Camp. Laid Back Camp was definitely an anime of the year. You know, I could probably, if I think about it and remember what, which ones what came out in every year, I could probably give you a year-by-year breakdown up to, like, 2016. But, time is long. Time is long. What are we doing here? I killed this guy, but that didn't seem to do anything. I guess we're going down and avoiding these Bowsers on the way. Okay, that's fine. Your sister introduced you to it? Yeah. It'd be great if there were more seasons of Komi. I mean, there's many countless shows that I want to see another season of, for what it is worth, but Komi especially. I got a checkpoint, so that refreshed my lives, and I lost one, so we're still on our last life here. What is this level, bro? I don't know! I don't know what this level is. It's very weird. I think, you know, one of the reasons why people watch viewer levels is to find out what is this level. Weird. That's the answer. We identify levels here by playing them, I guess. That's an awkward thing to say. So do I just, like, fly real big? Well, these Bowsers are super in the way. And to prevent me from getting over to the balloon. Yeah, no, that room's all fucked up. And, is not a place for Mario. Or Toad. Not a place for Mario or Toad. You don't want to be in that room. Anywho, thank you for the level, Shiny Hunter. I'm surprised with rooms like that, we lasted so long in that level. But, whatever. Let's go to the next one. Yours will, you have a traditional super road to probably finish again because you had to remove the clear condition. Gotcha. From the world or from a level? Either way, yeah, makes sense that you would have to redo. Another card. Looking forward to the next season of anime, even though I'm not sure when I'll watch it. I'll say really looking forward to the next season of anime. What? Fuck, I'm always looking forward to the next season. I'll say I'll be in Japan for like 3 weeks there from like September 20th to October 13th. The new season will start around October. So, yeah, there's going to be like a whole 2 weeks there. Yeah, like 13 days, more or less, where I'll be in Japan doing stuff and probably won't have time to try out all the trash anime that there are, but there are returning anime and things that are promising that I have my eye on that I imagine I'll see. Let me just pull up a bunch of them. Like here's like, what's that? 7 returning anime that I've seen before that I've been watching. There's also a bunch that I haven't been watching for what it's worth, but you know, these are the 7 that I have my eye on. I'm kind of surprised that that Appraisal Isekai is back, as is Serai Gensoku. Like, what the fuck? Why is Serai Gensoku getting a 2nd season? Okay, whatever. I'll watch that again. I remember it being... I might have been too kind on it originally. I remember it being kind of mid. Sword Art Online Alternative Gun Gal Online is back. What the fuck? That also is a surprise. And then there's, like, the stuff that's always back every now and again. Like, Don Machi is back. Yep, okay. Don Machi's always back. ReZero is back. Fuck yeah, I love ReZero. Blue Lock is back. That's great. Blue Lock was great. And also Shangri-La Frontier, which I had no idea that Shangri-La Frontier was going to be back this fucking year. I'm pretty happy about that. That Shangri-La Frontier fucking kicks ass. What the fuck? It's back in the day I'm back in America? What the hell? That's fantastic. I think Shangri-La Frontier might be you'll see it on YouTube later. That's fine, Jerry. Thanks for hanging out and stuff. You're getting tired? I understand. I think Shangri-La Frontier might be in the top 10 if this 2nd season, if this 3rd core hits the mark, you know, is like delicious, is scrumptious, you know. Goddamn. It already had 2 cores earlier this year. And last year? Was it a carryover from last year? I forget, but it could be one of the top 10, honestly. It could be one of the top 10. We'll see. I'll also say that I've heard of these 2 shows before. What the fuck happened there? Oh, Blue Box and... I was confused because the titles weren't... they're on the image. I've heard of Blue Box and Dan to Dan. Both those are supposed to be really good, really like next big anime style things that are happening next season, that are premiering next season. I'm really very curious about both. I might check them out even whilst traveling in Japan. And I was looking at the rest of the list. Nothing else really caught my eye as far as Bowser's here, by the way. As far as like new shows go. Nothing like that with a concept that really stands out that makes me go like, oh, I believe in this, even though I see it. People keep on saying Kirby right back at you. That's really a different era. Really a different era, really a different type of genre. I feel like there's a little bit of a distinction between, like, that and the anime of these days, but I don't know, maybe they were, more closely linked back then. You know, there's less, like, children's anime these days that's, like, marketed for children. Or maybe I just don't give a fuck about any of those, so they'll just somehow escape my purview. Yeah, I never saw that. Not a good level for the lightning round? Oh yeah, you know what? That first death aside, I think I remember, like, another one of this, maybe an earlier version of this level or something, where, yeah, I kept on getting crushed repeatedly. Also, goddamn, these things are chaotic. At the very least, it's pretty generous with the power-ups. Checkpoint! That refreshes our lives. I watch a lot of anime, it is known. And, I like to give a lot of chance. It would be really nice if there was like a really obvious anime of the year that came out next season. I'm not really sure, like, of the anime that's been out right now, which one I'd be most happy, like, taking the slot. Right? Like, there's Delicious in Dungeon, which is great, and would be the safe choice. But also there's Gushing Over Magical Girls, which is, you know, the ecchi unsafe choice that, I am tempted to pick just because of how fucking hard it goes. And how good the characters are. And, you know, it is also very, very explicitly like the pornographic, but, you know, I don't mind that. I'm not, I'm alright with that, so long as it's fun, so long as it has good vibes, so long as it's, it, works as far as the tone goes. And it does. Meikeen and, this season's Meikeen and, last season's, 7th Prince Magical Isekai also in the running for the top slot, I think. I have like 5 that I want to get onto the list there. We'll see what next season brings. Maybe Don Da Donpa, or Don Da Don will be like phenomenal. And it'll be like the obvious pick or something, I don't know. Who can say? Let me hit complete. Thank you for the level we got through, nice and clean. Next up is FP3 Fan. FP3 Fan with a cookie. FP Fan with a cookie. Wow, that cookie looks really weird on the against the yellow of the thing there. What do you know? Go ahead and confirm FP3, and we'll do it regular lightning round style if you're here. Another card. We're about nearing the end of these cards, so let's say after this level, we'll close the queue. We've been going about 2 hours so far. So, yeah, it's looking like on pace for a shorter stream. On pace for a shorter stream. Which is nice. Queue closed after this level. We'll do the last call and all. Tempers have gone down a tiny bit, so cooling my apartment less aggressively. That's right. For all the summer, I've been just having my, You're still in there. I'm confused by how you're still really low in the list. Has no one else submitted since you did, Super Sprinty? Other than Lord Bowser? I guess that must be the case. Otherwise, something doesn't compute. Wait. No, this doesn't make sense at all. I think there might be a new bug. What the fuck? Yeah, you definitely submitted. I think there might be a new bug. I'm really confused, though, because you are below Frank Clip, who just submitted just relatively recently on the Twitch side. Oh, you did just submit relatively recently, it looks like. Maybe when you tried to add again, it put you on to the back. That's really weird. I'll kick you up 1 or 2. I feel like something's wrong there. We'll keep an eye on that. Maybe it's premature to say it's a brand new glitch. I'll let you. You know what, new viewer and all. I think something's fishy here. I'll let you get in next, Super Spritey, okay? How about that? Actually, you know what? There's other people in the YouTube side that definitely got it in before you. Okay, we'll do your level, we'll do Jerry Jr.'s level, and then we'll do Super Sprinty. We'll do this level here, FPS, who isn't here, so we'll do this. So what I was saying is that for the whole summer, I've been aggressively cooling the apartment because if I let it heat up a little bit, it'll stay heated up, and I won't be able to get it down to like these cold temperatures that I like for nighttime. But because the temperatures are dropping to more like 80s and maybe even 70s at night, ooh, especially if it's raining, ooh, I've decided to let it go back to the previous schedule where in the morning I heat it up so that I can get out of bed more easily. And I hope that means I can, you know, sleep better. And I can wake up better. Have a better, like, schedule as far as that things go. It's better for it to be warm during the day and nice and chilly and you know, just, good for like, you know, getting all nice and snug in a nice blanket at night. But, you know, I'm kind of unhappy. It is gonna be one at a time. That is how it works, Super Spritey, but I am confused about how the order of it went. I'll just move things around just in case, and, you know, we'll do these levels really quickly. Including this one, which is a perfectly good, night level. I need to keep a closer eye on the queue, I guess. And also make sure that, like, I did just do some tweaks to the script, but that should not have affected anything, I don't think. I mean, if you remove and then re-add a level, you will go back to the back of the queue. That's just how it works. But I don't think that's what happened, so... who knows? Ooh. Thank you, FP3 fan. Let me hit complete. And we'll do Jerry Jr. Jerry Jr., go ahead and say something. Or you're just gonna go real quick into this one. Actually, I think I got like one more card left. Let's just do that one last card. You would think usually this would be like a red, like, have you heard about the Minecraft movie? Or a green, as in, ooh, I'm looking forward to the Minecraft movie. But honestly, my feeling is more of aspiration. More like, I want to ask y'all, do we have to give a fuck about the Minecraft movie? Like, I've seen some discourse about it over the last couple days. It looks awful. You know, you see this image of Jack Black in a blue shirt against, like, a terrible-looking CGI world, and you go, like, okay. You know, obviously there's a bunch of other characters, some of which are, like, there's a black woman, and apparently, like, really racist Twitter is up in arms about that, but you can just, like, just from the first, literal, just seeing a live-action person here, literally seeing Jack Black, I think that's enough to just go like, okay, whatever. This, yeah, I don't know about that. That's, I can't imagine a person who wants to see this, or this, right? Like, Christ. Did you have to make it look like that? I've seen comparisons to the Sonic movie, and yeah, this seems like sub-original Sonic movie in terms of, like, horribleness, in terms of, like, how bad it looks. Generation Alpha wants to see it? You mean, like, small children? I guess they might, insofar as they might want to see anything, but I don't know, man. Does Jack Black in a blue shirt really do it for you? I don't know really what you could do with Minecraft, but I'll say I don't think it's this. I don't think it's this. What would be? I guess that's the question, right? I don't see Jerry, so let's just go sudden death style. I guess that's like the question. Should we do the super world or... I forget if Jerry, oops. Didn't mean to do that. I don't usually follow. Not sure if Jerry said a specific thing to do, but... I kind of like the sound of, Mario Space Expedition. Space is cool. It sure isn't. It sure isn't. I mean, I think that... between the options that they had, I think I would have rather seen... like a machinima type thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like, where it's just like literally Minecraft people in a Minecraft world. Maybe it can even be like, no voices. Maybe it can even be like they're just going like oof and saying the things they do in Minecraft. That's not, that's the Roblox oof, actually. I've never played Roblox, but I've seen the H-Bomber guy video about that sound effect like 12 times. It's a really good video. Maybe it would just be like, you're up, Super Spritey. Here you go. Here's justice for you. And we'll keep an eye about, what happens with you and Q when you get back in there. I think you're good for it, by the way. You were just here a minute ago. And also you just said, yay. Perfect, perfect. Doesn't sound that bad compared to Cube Sheep. Yeah. You can submit one level after this. We're going to close the queue after this level. And that'll give you and everyone else who is here a chance to get in any last levels. I guess the question with a Minecraft movie is like, what's the focus, right? Is it about people that are creating like a cool city? Or are they making like a build? Or are they fighting like zombies and doing like mining and stuff? I would say that to me, Minecraft is more about the creativity than it is about like fighting the monsters. I mean, the monsters are fine and all, but it's just like, yeah, no, it's just... To me, I would describe the monsters in Minecraft, how I feel about them, similar to the way that you might feel about a cougar in real life, you know? You might see a cougar eventually, occasionally, like out while you're on a walk in a park, right? You know, they live, wildcats live out in the wild, right? But you don't necessarily say like, oh, my life is about fighting wildcats. It's just like, no, I'm just gonna mind my business pretty much and, you know, try to the best of my abilities to steer clear. You know, I don't think Minecraft has ever been about war, which is another thing about the Minecraft movie that I think is kind of weird, right? The idea like, oh, the people from the Nether are coming for the real world or something. It's just like, what? Minecraft is just a place where you hang out, and when it's at night, you get into your bed so that time can pass and things can be safe again. Or you play on creative, where you don't have to deal with that. I feel like the best one is the one where it's not creative, but there's still no monsters. So you don't have to worry about it, but also you do have to mine resources and stuff. That's, I think, the best, that'd be my favorite kind of Minecraft server. I genuinely don't know. This is a good traditional level, by the way, yes. I genuinely don't know if people still do that, but that's how I played the game 10 years ago. It's mostly over 10 years ago now, huh? Minecraft is, getting on in years, huh? More like, 15 years old. Peaceful mode? Yeah, peaceful mode, that's right. I like that. I like that in, like, a server full of people who are creating, like, creative things. Yeah, I wonder what the deal is with what they're going. I think in the trailer they have, like, a bunch of of the Ender people, like, on a blimp or something. Like, they're, like, acting like they're air pirates or something, coming to raid the settlements of the guys that sometimes have towns. I don't know. I don't know what's up with those towns. I just like it where there's just plains and stuff. Thank you. Let me hit complete, super spritey. And, there you go. Let me make sure everything's good here. Yes, everything's good here. Next up will be Durger Fanboat, who is here, but before we go into this this level, we're gonna do last call. Folks, it's time for last call for levels. I'm gonna play some of my levels, and that'll give y'all a chance to, I see that bot. Let me get rid of it. That'll give y'all the time to submit another level. One of them per person, please. You understand? Can you add one after? No, we gotta cut it off, and this will be the cutoff. This is the cutoff right here. It's 8:20, so that's a little earlier than we've cut off recently, but like I said, I'm a little tired. I have not been sleeping. We gotta do a short. We gotta do a shorter stream than usual. I want this to be shorter. I want a good... I mean, we're already past 2-hour mark, so like a good 2 to 3 hour stream would be ideal. What's one level we can play that has something unique in it that's, you know what? We'll play the short levels. Speaking of shorts, I'll play my short levels, which are all clear condition levels that can be done in 20 seconds. I have a good number of those. That's right. Usually I do traditional stuff, but I have had, in that traditional super world, a number of non-traditional levels that are sort of more like 20-second levels, but through the lens of, like, Donkey Kong Country bonus games. In this case, you have to, beat the enemies by boarding the platforms, and, you can do it in 20 seconds if you're good. I fucked it up, so, yeah, that's, not a thing that I can do right now. This is the first, level that I did this way, and it turned out to be so successful and I liked it so much, it became a whole type of level that I do, and I did like 5 more of them throughout the years. 5 or 6 more of them, I forget how many exactly. And now I'll show you the rest of them. And hopefully it'll take 20 seconds for them and not 30 or 40 or whatever. Basically, I have them as, like, the final level of several of the worlds of my super world. Like, 5 of the worlds, in fact, have these at the end. And each has, like, a different goal. Whether it's, like, bash the baddies, find the coin, a green banana bonus. You know green bananas from DKC3? Green banana bonus, it's a thing. You'll see. You'll see. There's one that's, there's a couple that aren't quite, like, classical, Donkey Kong Country style minigame objectives. But, you know, still cool, still neat. Randomly thinking about, like, what the VOD will be called here, and it occurs to me the name, like, Sleepless in Seattle, but it could be called Sleepless in America or Sleepless in DFW, because that's where I am, which would be, like, a good contrast to the later streams in 2 weeks, which will be in Japan. You know, I don't know. Is that a good name? Probably not. It could also be, this is a token. A token, find the token level. I always like to show the player the flagpole so that it's clear that what they have to do. It could also be like, what is this level, or some variation of that. I kind of liked it when we said that. That wasn't a bad, like, direction for a stream title. A bad room for Toad is also not bad. There was that bad room for Mario. A place where you don't want your Mario. I don't know. We'll think of something. I think going off like the I need to sleep more, I'm very tired, get more sleep, something like that would be ideal. Because that was kind of low-key the theme. This is a green banana bonus. You can see here. You can see here. You can see here the thing is that when you get one of these coins, one appears on the other side. And you have to run the other way, and also enemies keep on getting repopulated until such time as you go through. I was really happy when I had that idea, and really pleased when it all worked out as well as it did. A green banana bonus in Mario Maker. I don't know if anyone else has done that. If you have, tell me. Hell, submit it to me. I would love to see it. Figurehead Fuss is kind of adjacent to these, insofar as it consists of 3 bosses that can be done in 20 seconds each. But it's not the same thing, really, so let's not do it. Let's just go right to, the next one of these, which is actually... Wait. So there's 1, 2, World 4. World 4 is, Coastal Cup. So let me get that one. It got re-uploaded as a revision later on, so in this one you can't touch the ground. So you fly good, then you fly good in another way, and you bounce off the whole way. You can't touch the ground the whole time. Yes, that's right, it was a beach world. Coastal Cup is fun because a beach world and a racetrack world. You can see there, we just crossed the finish line at the end. It's a whole thing. I'm glad that you love these. You should check out my Super World. It's full of quality levels. The last of these 20-second levels that I did was Unmoored Mines 5, Stygian Swim. From here on out, all the other worlds, the 3 worlds that aren't the ones that I showed, end in either a big boss fight, a big boss level, or some sort of climactic level. Also, you can't take damage in this one. This one's pretty simple. You just swim and you don't get hurt, and it's kind of challenging, I'll say. Fuck. It's definitely challenging. But I think it's cool. And it gave me an opportunity to do Dark Water, and also, the castle. Also the castle water, which is also cool. And you can see here, because we can't take damage, we can't get to there earlier until you get the star, at which point you can get through there. And even with that little delay, we were at the 20-second mark. Perfect, perfect. That's it. Okay, good. Super Spritey has gotten their level in there. Perfect, good. Okay. I do believe that's all the short form levels that I got. I have considered making some more, like after I finish the Super World. Perfect timing, King J. I was about to close the queue. But that would be after the Super World, which, you know, I'm one level away from doing. The last level is the next level is the last level. Check out Bonus Biome 4, by the way. It's great. Please do play and enjoy it. Just the Husky. Do you need a minute to get the level in? Is there anything else I can show as far as short form levels go? I don't think so. Type fast, type fast. I'll say that this is also the only way that I've done clear conditions since the first clear condition level that I did, which was well before those levels. Like it was this one here, Delfino Planets of Bowling and Baddies. That one was a bit longer, and I think I found one doing that like, oh, making like a 40-second level with clear condition apparently just stresses everyone out. 20 seconds is good. The Super World coming out in spring 2025. We'll see. I mean, I'll start working on that last level in November. Maybe I could do it in December. Maybe it could be out for the holidays. Yeah, spring 2025 or like winter 2025. Those are safe bets, honestly. I think I do want to do some revisions as well. Just like around the board before it all is locked in, you know, once it's all done for good. Let's go ahead and close the queue. I think we're good. Yes. Let's do this next level by Dragon Fanboat, who did confirm before the thing, before the dealy-do. Aiming for 3 hours, folks. Let's do it. Aiming for 3 hours. A relatively short one. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Relatively short in quotes. Relatively short in quotes here. These streams tend to go long these days. We'll see what we can do and how long these last couple levels take. There we go. That guy can clear the way. I had some soup before the stream, but I'm still feeling kind of peckish, kind of hungry. One of the things that's weird about when I'm like not getting enough sleep is that I find that I also don't eat enough, if you know what I mean. I in trying to find like an hour here and a half hour here to take a nap or something, I end up like neglecting lunch and such times, right? Like I end up saying to myself like, okay, instead of getting some food in, let me just take like a quick nap, and hopefully that'll help my being awake problem. And as a result, like on weekends and days where sleep schedule's just really fucked, I'm not like getting in the proper amount of meals neither. Fuck. Which is a damn shame, I think, and I really need to work on. I really need to just make sure to always have some food in the morning, make sure to have some food at night, and a lunch in between. That's ideal. Every work from office day I do that, because if I'm leaving the apartment, I definitely am going to make sure to get a dinner in or a breakfast in before I leave. And I'm definitely going to make sure to get on a lunch middle of the day. Like, God, why wouldn't I? leave the office, go get some food. You're like, hell yeah. That just goes without saying, but somehow the calculus is a little rougher when I'm just at home doing work. Checkpoint refreshes our doodads. Excellent. Oh. Okay. Interesting thing there. This is some sort of boss encounter? I mean, one of the most underused elements, arguably, maybe, technically, has gotta be these big fire dragons. Because they're just so unwieldy. How do you use them? Right? Eek. They're just so wieldy, like, most people give up a long time ago, and, fuck. I think he managed to use them in a pretty smart way, actually. That's, pretty damn cool. I'll say, it's one of the things I have never used in all my Mario making, is these, Artivar the Dragon guys. Whatever they're called. It just has never made sense for me to put them in a level. You know, they're just too weird. You know what I mean? Just too chaotic. But like a room like this makes good use of them. They are chaotic, but they're also manageable, and they just add just enough danger to navigating the room. It's not too different from like a bullet bill, from like a big fuck ton of red bullet bills. They're just making for a unsafe space to be in. Yes! It took a while to get them down. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Good work. Your efforts were not in vain. Hell of a thing. Unsafe to be in. That's not a bad stream name, neither. We were saying earlier about an unsafe room. Places unsafe to be. That said, it doesn't really capture the vibe of the stream. You know, I would say this has been more of a good vibe stream than a bad vibe stream, you know? Like, the levels have been nice and good. I think I've beaten, like, most of them. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Someone do the math. If someone does the math later, comment on the YouTube video and tell me, like, nope, not true. Probably true, though. I think I've counted right. Turkatron, you're up. You're up, Turkatron. Go ahead and confirm. Wait, I'm confused here. Spritey, did you get another one in? I don't see your level here. I thought Spritey had another one in the queue. Did we just do Spritey's level? Oh, I think I probably maybe? No? What happened there? Did we do Spritey's level? What happened? Maybe I fat-fingered something on my phone. Spritey, could you resubmit that? I'm sorry. Here, I'll open the queue for you. I don't know what happened there. I must have hit the button with my thumb. I wish I could just use commands to do them, but unfortunately, last I tried the commands, they were glitchier than just they were also picking the levels in the wrong order, which was unfortunate. Seems to be a glitch from the fact that I have a combined view from YouTube and Twitch. It was I think ignoring the YouTube levels when I just hit exclamation point next, so had to switch to doing it manually. Turk says pick from top 3. Okay, you got it. Okay, good. It says you're in there. I'm gonna close it back up. There you go. Okay. Don't know what happened there, but we're all good now. Turkatron said pick from top 3. I'm gonna say, which one of these is a higher clear rate? 0. But it's short and sweet. We gotta see what Muncher Precision is. Let's find out. Muncher Battlefield Precision. It's a recipe for finishing early, maybe. Oh my god. Oh. What? Oh, I thought I would just jump up through there, but I guess you don't. It's amazing you completed this one. What the hell? I say as I haven't died once. Oh wait, you can't go up through there. I mean, maybe it's not like the hardest so much as it is just like the most labyrinthine, you know, the most befuddling. Oh my god, look at this shit. You can't, if you just jump normal, that's not high enough to get up there. So you have to be running to get enough speed. Wow. That's dicked up. That's dicked up. Do people say that's dicked up that often anymore? I feel like AJ said that on Sopranos back then. Ooh, I got through. I feel like AJ said that on Sopranos way back when, and maybe it was even weird then. Maybe it was even like a weird thing that AJ in particular was saying. I don't know. Well, this went fast. Should I try going down again, or should I just see what happens? I could start trying to I'm sort of curious about the areas over here, so let's just look over here for shits and giggles. Get an idea, like, what exactly is in store if we went this way. Oh, I see. Also, this is a thing to prevent you from going up, but you can go down. So it's actually, you want to not hit that thing. Rules are rules, Dragon Fan Boats. We reached our limit there. That was real neat though. I don't think I've seen a precision low gravity level in quite that that was quite that chaotic before. Let's dismiss and get to the next one. Frankaclip, you are up. Frankaclip, go ahead and confirm. Let me do exclamation point next so that Frankaclip can see. Yeah, I'm gonna play a lot of Astro Bots over the weekend. Part of me is afraid of finishing that game too fast, you know, just like plowing through it. And another part of me is like rational and realizes like, yeah, it's now or never. In 2 weeks, I'm gonna be out of the country and my PlayStation doesn't come with me, so yeah, no, gotta Gotta do it. We'll start on sudden death, and if Frank F. Clip says anything, I'll promote to the regular. I'll convert. Ooh, this feels good. This is pretty intuitive. All these, it's pretty well signposted, like where to go. And it also is really fast and frenetic. It's good. This is a solid ass precision level. I think we'll be able to one-shot it. That's what it's looking like right now. This is looking like a one-shot. Okay. Yeah. We're one-shotting it, so far anyway. I think we might have done it. I think that's it. Gotta be pretty damn close. This has to be the final room, I'm pretty sure. One shot. Confirmed. Good crap, Frankaclip. Really fun. Any poggers in YouTube? People don't say poggers that much in chat, but YouTube, you want to say poggers? Let's just, let me just hit complete, and we'll go to the next one. Next one is by Lord Bowser. Lord Bowser is here. Just said GG's in the Twitch chat. Let's go ahead and yeah, go to it. Yay! Time to finish up World 7. It is time to do that, you're right. Yes. Correct. Running on empty here. I feel like a little bit. Running on empty, you know? Too much not sleeping this week. You understand. Running on empty is not a bad, name for the VOD. That's the name of a song, don't you know? It's a pretty good song. I mean, if this is empty, I think... If this is empty, then I you know, hey, I do a good job then in keeping up the energy, you know. I've been talking, I've been saying all the stuff I've been meaning to say. I think I have continued to chat for the 3 hours as I tend to do. A stream gives you some adrenaline that allows you to push through. For what it's worth, I have been more in a state of just like, oh my god, I just barely can manage during like some of the longer Extra Life type streams in the past. Longer, super long streams, things of that nature. But like for a short stream, this is about as tired as I've gotten. I'll probably watch an anime or two and go to bed after this. Probably won't go immediately to bed, but also for how much excited fucking hell. For as excited as I am to play more ASTRO BOT, I can't see myself doing it tonight, no. I'm gonna take some Melatoto. Do people say Melatoto, or did I just make that up? It seems like the kind of thing people should say for fun, you know, to have fun with the words. I'll take some melatonin and some magnesium, and hopefully have a nice solid night of sleep, and then put up the VOD in the morning. I would really like to beat this, by the way. Let's see if we can do it. We're as far as we've ever been. I haven't played this before, right? Yes. We're as far as we've ever been. But one hit will end us. So we gotta be good. Ah, good. Good checkpoint, good checkpoint. That got our tries back. A auto-scroller level always is the most stressful when it's like 2 minutes long and you can't speed it up and you just have to be like on ball, on point for that long. Oh, there it goes. Level like this, on the other hand, I could, you know, I can jam through now that I know what the shape of it is. Ah! Maybe this is not the best way to do it. Maybe like all these spin jumps are not working to my favor. Do we get the squirrel suits, by the way? Hang on, maybe though. What about that block up there? Nah. Okay. Gonna be a difficult boss. We'll see if we can do it, Lord Bowser. Let's step back and think about this for 2 seconds. Maybe we can jump off. It's kind of hard to be in the middle. Maybe we can jump off the cannonball and use that to get the height we need to do the business, do our dark act. There we go. Ah. Relatively running on empty. How's that? That's not bad. Okay. Thank you, Lord Bowser. We got through. The next world will be the last world. This, Super World, at least like in the actual Super World part. There's maybe a... Is there a World 9, Bowser? Sometimes you do a World 9 with your Super Worlds. Let me get complete. King. King, you are up. King, that is King J. King J, go ahead and confirm. I'll just put the thing in chat for you, King J. There's one coming out soon. Right, I think I heard you. Bonus World or something, yeah. Who remembers? My memory is not the best in the best of times, you know? So sometimes it's really good in the worst of times. It's you know, memory is weird. Memory is like weirdly sense-based. Let's just go. Let's just go. Memory is like weirdly sense-based insofar as you'll remember something based on the context, based on like, you know, a smell or an odor, or like if you're doing the same thing you're doing like when you were, when like the context, when that thing was in context, then you're like more prone to come up. There's probably some smart things you could do to, like, take advantage of that, but who has the energy to think that much about remembering things? Those blue platforms threw us for a loop there. This doesn't seem like it's that hard, but unfortunately we're out of tries unless King J wants to say something, which I'll give you a second or two. You take a drink. After King J is Jess the Husky. Jess the Husky, you can confirm right now, and that would make me feel good about, like, dismissing King J and moving on. King J, last call. There you are, Jess the Husky. Oh, let me stretch for a bit. Okay, let's do it. King J, thank you for submitting. I think that I could do it with another attempt or two, maybe, potentially. There's a lot of the level I probably haven't seen, but, well, the clear rate is pretty high, so it's probably not that hard from where I left off, but such is, if you're not here, that's how it works. That was a very bad way to phrase that. You know, when you're not here, we can't play the level other than past 2 tries, not sudden death style. Let's go ahead and dismiss that, and pull up just the Huskies level, and do it. You are here, Super Sprinty. You are after just the Husky. I didn't reorder the queue or nothing. I just left you at the bottom after the last thing. You still seem to be in there, so that is good. Really not sure what happened the last time. Or in general, the order of levels this night has been weird. This might be more than a couple tries. Let's see. Hey, it's always fun to try. The levels that are closest. The levels that are, like, closest are the ones that are, like, the most exciting to see when I win. Now, what is this? Hang on. Is this what I think it is? Do I have to, like, slip through this little gap? Wow, okay. I'll say, I'll say how this works for, like, levels where we time out rather than die. Every timeout counts for the number of seconds that the timer starts with. So, if you're a 300-second level, that would be 3 tries all at once. That is just my way of balancing the, keeping levels that don't kill you within the spirit of the lightning round. It has been a long-standing rule, and we like it. You don't know if you can do that? Okay, well, maybe it's something like invisible blocks. Maybe it's like a jump. Maybe it's like a big jump. Let's try big jumping. Oh, hang on. There's stuff below. There's stuff below. Okay, good. Good to find out there. With every life being precious, we could have went this whole level without, like, actually seeing that there's the actual routes. Hey, this is a good lesson. This is a good lesson for, like, you know, consider what your player can see and what they can't see when you're building your level. That way you can, design around the visual constraints, you know? You can design around, like, they cannot tell if this jump is blind. They cannot see where they gotta go. We got 2 tries left, and these will be actual tries. I don't think we're gonna time out or nothing. Though I guess we might. Well, possible. Okay, I think the best thing for this is to low jump from one tire to the next, such that... I mean, the question is, does a low jump get us over the bridge? No. Oh, unless we jump from the very top of the tire, in which case it will do that. Also, if we do a spin jump at the wrong time, or a mid-air spin, that will end up treating it as like a full bounce. Weird, if you spin into a tire, that's a full bounce. Damn it! Well, there's the 5th try. That's an interesting challenge. Wasn't able to do it in this this instance of the lightning round. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get the last person up. Going to dismiss. And the last one up is Super Spritey. We are trending for 3 hours for once. This has been a relatively short, relatively tired stream. You know? Which is good because, yeah, I'm starting to flag a little bit. I need to sleep. I need to sleep this weekend. In addition to doing ASTRO BOT and probably some clipping and all the other things that I make myself do. Watch all the anime, hang out with the folks. Well, I can sleep and do all those things on a normal-ass weekend. That's all doable. I sleep every weekend. I sleep every weekend, actually, so, you know, isn't that something? I sleep every weekend is, not a bad name for the stream, actually. I like that. I sleep every weekend. That is true, and also sums up the feeling that I have right now. I sleep every weekend, but this weekend I needed a little extra much. You know what? I'll sleep on it. I'll sleep on the title. I'll write out a bunch of potential ones before, you know, wind it down a little bit. And then tomorrow I'll make the thumbnail and I'll look at that and go like, which one of these looks best on a thumbnail? This is a nice level. Good old-fashioned, traditional-ass vertical ascension level. Seen many levels like it before. I think this is a really good example of that. It definitely has, like, new Super Mario Brothers themes, or vibes. Feels like the kind of level you would actually see in one of the new games. Not like... Realizing that saying one of the new games is a little bit vague, isn't it? Because Wonder is not one of the new games, but it is also the newest game. Bit of a contradiction there, isn't it? You know what I mean, in one of the new series of games. One of the old new series. The previous new series. The previous new series, known as New. They... I would have to bet would... Hey, wait, what, huh? Hey, what are we doing here? These pipes are inaccessible. Oh, probably the door? Okay, cool. We got a falling section. Weirdly easy, this falling section. A lot of these spike balls are just destroying themselves. Beautiful. Okay. Little boss fight against this feller. Boom booms are fast, so we're in and out, and that feels good. And there we go. That was some real goddamn good work, Super Spritey. A very fun level, very fair. Did we one-shot that? I think we might have done. Good looking out. I quite enjoyed that, and I thought it was a lovely last level to go out on. Let me hit complete. Well, folks, the stream is, stream's over. It's time now to whew. That was a good stream. Had a good time, lots of good levels, and I'll say this is, I think for sure, the shortest viewer level stream that I've done in like the last 6 months, maybe? I don't know. It's feels like it's been a lot of 4-hour, 5-hour streams most weeks. The key was coming in with less to talk about and also closing the queue at a good time. And there were less people piling into the queue, I guess, towards the end there. When the queue gets backed up, that's part of what makes things go long, I suppose. Let me pull up the old schedule there, and you can see that the next stream will be Tuesday, and that'll be the last Variety Night stream before my vacay. That'll be Heroes of the Storm, me going back to Heroes of the Storm, a game I played a ton last decade, but I haven't played really since it died, just about. I played like one stream of it like 2 years ago that was not archived and doesn't exist anymore, and I think it'd be fun to play some Heroes of the Storm and sort of talk about, as I play, all my complicated feelings on it, show some of my favorite characters, and just reminisce a bit. That'll be a bit fun. And then after that, there'll be one more viewer level stream before my trip. That'll be next Friday, 6 p.m. Central. And then that weekend, not this weekend, the weekend after next weekend, will be the final pre-vacay stream, Sonic Adventure DX, switching campaigns every 5 lives. That'll be fun. That'll be, you know, the kind of stream that I've done a good amount of times because I love that gimmick, and it's really fun every time I do it. I do a variation on it. Like, I did Sonic Adventure 2 already that way, as well as, like, the DKCs, some Mega Mans once, whole bunch of games. I did, like, a Simpsons hit and run with that gimmick once. Actually, no, it was, for the Simpsons hit and run, it was, if I run out of lives, it ends, and it's over. And I did run out of lives eventually. And it refreshed after each chapter, each character. That was an interesting one. That was ages ago. Jeez. I'll say that's gonna be fun. That'll be the last stream of the of the before the trip. And also, like, let me just say that expect some Saturday morning streams, Central Time, Saturday night streams, Japan streams, during my trip. I'll try to do like a 2 to 3 hour viewer level stream where I talk about how the trip has gone, you know, tell you about all the theme parks I've gone to, the photos I've taken, etc., whilst taking y'all's viewer levels, and hopefully that works as smoothly as I hope it does. The first of those streams will just be like, I landed, I'm very tired, let me just make sure this all works. You know, not like a full viewer level stream, but I'm still hoping it'll be fun, regardless. Anyway, I'll see you on Tuesday for Heroes of the Storm. 3 streams until the vacay. That's coming up fast. That's 2 weeks away. That's exciting. I'm really excited about that. Let me send the Twitch people off on a raid. Looking and seeing who's streaming. A lot of people. It's Friday. It's a Friday evening. I'm gonna send y'all to King. We played your level. You can check the VOD later. How that went. I'm gonna send you to Mikey, who is doing viewer levels, and apparently it's his birthday, so that's cool. I'll send you over there. Y'all like viewer levels, considered that this is what, that's what I was doing. So, makes sense as a thing to send. Makes sense as a raid, I guess. Let me, pull up the stream on my side, and, yeah. Good night to you as well. I'm gonna probably I'm gonna, like, take a bath. Nice, relaxing bath. I'm gonna watch some anime, and then I'm going to, like, collapse. Probably around, like, 11, I bet. If I had to guess. Maybe like midnight, who knows? Knowing me, it might be more like 1 a.m. Ugh. I'm tired now. I'm hoping for earlier. Let's see what happens. I will find out. Y'all will not. I'll see ya on Tuesday for Heroes of the Storm. Viewer levels on Friday, and the Sunday after this Sunday, next Sunday, will be big Sonic Adventure stream. Bunch of stuff coming. See ya for all of that, whatever you like. Bye, folks. Let me send the raid. See ya on Tuesday.